Hello, everybody. Welcome to the November Equal Opportunity Review Commission meeting. We'll get started with the commission chair. For the minutes, please.
Yeah, we'll do the roll call.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Good afternoon, commissioners. We're going to do the roll. Yeah, from behind the screen. Commissioner Conley.
Here.
Commissioner Dr. Hall.
Here.
Commissioner Dr. Cushman. Here. Commissioner Lewis.
Here.
Commissioner Siegel.
Here.
Commissioner Williams. Commissioner Williams. Commissioner Miss Barnett.
Present.
Commissioner Balthrop. Commissioner Lucero.
Here.
Commissioner Porter.
Here.
Commissioner Gibbs.
Here.
Thank you.
I get a motion to approve October's minutes, please. Make a motion to approve September 7th. Oh, sorry. Make a motion to approve September 24th. Commissioner Hall, second. All in favor, indicate by saying aye or raising your hand.
Aye.
So move on to the first plan, Joe.
Okay, we'll move on to the first plan. These next four are Spring Hill. Social specialist, Jacob over here. So Jacob's our social specialist. And the first one is the GC, and we'll take it from there. Commissioner.
Well, the percentages look great. Want to talk a little bit about how you got to those percentages and how you advertise?
And the ground's on the call. The front is Vermont Stone and Florida.
Your screen is just showing the agenda. Did you put the other document up?
I did put the document up. Can
We
you
can
see
just
it?
see the agenda.
We only see the agenda.
That's strange. Okay. Can you see now?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I believe, so. Jacob, the ground is on the call. Yes, it is. Okay.
Can we see everybody on the phone? You're the prime on this contract. Can you please unmute yourself?
Hi there, this is Parker, and James Hackison's also on the call.
That'd be me.
You can mute that because we're in the same room.
Well, we're happy with your percentages. I just wanted to know, what was your effort? How did you come up with these percentages? This participation?
Our process is generally, turn the volume all the way down. Sorry, we're in this. Our process is just generally to take a look at the scope of the work, find out what we're gonna sub out that we're not gonna do internally, and then we just we go to the subcontractors we've used in the past, or if we have to research new ones, we do that and find out what they're able to handle of the scope of the work, and that's what's represented there in the percentages.
Does anybody have any questions for Parker? Well, we thank you for being on this call.
Yeah, no problem. Josh Cohen is the owner of the company. Josh is he's out in the field today. He's a hands-on, owner operator. Myself and James are here in the office, 5 days a week, full time here. James is more on the estimating side and ordering materials, and then I would be mostly doing the coordination with the subcontractors on the scheduling and the scheduling of deliveries and that kind of thing. We will have a working foreman on site at all times who will be just coordinating with the subcontractors on the ground.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
We appreciate that. If we do, the EORC office does a follow-up, just on progress and with the subs and that sort of thing, so just letting you know.
I have a
Great.
question for the contractor. Are you signatory with any of the skilled trade unions?
We've worked with the skilled trade unions in the past, especially the concrete finishers union and some metalworking union as well on Allegheny County projects. So we would. I'm not certain. Josh did most of the legwork as far as contacting our DEI required contractors, and I'm not certain. Just looking at list here. We do have a relationship.
I'm sorry.
We do have a relationship, and we're on file with the concrete union and the metal workers. I know that for certain.
Okay, so you don't use, are any of your subcontractors signatory?
That's
The
a question.
carpenters or laborers?
Most of that is going to be in-house in terms of carpentry and labor, but I can put a note here to follow up and find out.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Motion. Second. Person Lewis, second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Commissioner Conley,
Aye.
Commissioner Dr. Hall,
Aye.
Commissioner Dr. Cushman,
Aye.
Commissioner Lewis,
Aye.
Commissioner Siegel, Commissioner Williams,
Aye.
Commissioner Miss Barnett,
Aye.
Commissioner Balthrop, Commissioner Lucero, Commissioner Porter, Commissioner Gibbs.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. PC, the plan passes as presented. We'll move on to the next one. Back to you, Commissioner Chair. This one is the electric for the same project. This one's real.
All right, do we have the,
Yeah.
Yes, Donna Burrows here from Allegheny City Electric.
again, the percentages are great. We commend you for that. You want to tell us a little bit about your process and how you select your BBUs?
Well, our estimator reaches out to our participating DBEs that we've used to see if they are looking to participate on this project. And fortunately, there was a good bit of lighting material that's needed for this project, so they were able to provide us with proposals, Reed and also Jay Sterling, on the different types of lighting that are necessary. And from there, as far as the veteran, Michael Septak, the owner of Allegheny City, is a veteran-owned. We are a registered veteran-owned business, so that helps in that participation as well.
Does anybody have any questions? I get a motion. Second. Commissioner Hall, second.
Roll call. Commissioner Conley, Commissioner Dr. Hall,
Aye.
Commissioner Dr. Cushman,
Aye.
Commissioner Lewis, Commissioner Siegel, Commissioner Williams, Commissioner Miss Barnett,
Aye.
Commissioner Balthrop, Commissioner Lucero, Commissioner Porter, Commissioner Gibbs.
Aye.
Thank you.
And we'll go to the same radio, but this one is the plumbing for the contract.
Yeah. Is the time on?
Yes, we do. Is somebody from Will's Mechanics on the call?
Yes, yeah, John.
John, what is your process for selecting DVEs? How do you advertise?
We have a group of suppliers that we usually go to first, and then I know we reached out to the city for a list, and then we went through that list, and we are a woman-owned business, so that helped out a lot.
I'm glad that you're reaching out to the city. I understand being loyal to the subs that have done great work for you in the past, and I think if you do a great job, then you earn the right to be considered in future contracts. But we advocate for, rising up and supporting all minority and women-owned businesses. So we like to see if you can give other people a shot, or maybe some of those subs could, bring them in just for maybe a small part of the contract. Just things to consider. It's not really
Right.
going to determine how we vote today, but
Mm-hmm.
just some of the things that we're advocating for here at WRC. Commissioners, does anybody have anything, comments or questions for them? Well, we commend you for your percentage. You met your goals and exceeded them. Can I get a motion?
Chris McCaskill, I move to approve plan 2511 last year.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Conley,
Aye.
Commissioner Dr. Hall,
Aye.
Commissioner Dr. Cushman,
Aye.
Commissioner Lewis, Commissioner Siegel, Commissioner Williams, Commissioner Miss Barnett,
Aye.
Commissioner Balthrop, Commissioner Lucero, Commissioner Porter, Commissioner Gibbs.
Aye.
Thank you.
Plan passes. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Will. The next one is the same. Spring Hill Park construction improvement. This is the smallest of the four. This is from HVAC. And I believe R&B Mechanics is on the call.
Courtney Douglas with R&B Mechanical.
And you're a woman-owned business?
We are woman owned.
Is there any W or MB participation in this? So you guys, is this a self-performed? 100% self-performed. Okay, that's understandable. If you can't sub out any part of the contract, then we take that into consideration, obviously. Does anybody have any questions for them? Can I get a motion?
So on order.
Can we get a second? Second. Commissioner Williams.
With the roll call. Commissioner Conley,
Aye.
Commissioner Dr. Hall,
Aye.
Commissioner Dr. Cushman,
Aye.
Commissioner Lewis,
Aye.
Commissioner Siegel, Commissioner Williams, Commissioner Miss Barnett,
Aye.
Commissioner Balthrop, Commissioner Lucero, Commissioner Porter, Commissioner Gibbs.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for being on the call. We appreciate you showing up at the meeting.
Okay, that was all the Spring Hill guys. Thank you, Spring Hill.
You guys see this park in Spring Hill?
Right
by my house.
The next contract is a recycling education outreach. This is a professional service contract. It's for 100,000, and the percentage for the professional service contract is pretty good. From Wine, that's a outsourcing specialist in this, and Wine. Nice day.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us.
See, that was special for this one, and I believe that ERG is on the call.
Yes, that's right. Hi, everyone. I'm Ali from ERG. I'm joined by my colleagues Sumail and Chad, and also one of our subcontractors, Annie Lewis from Mindful Creative. We're a newer contractor with the city of Pittsburgh, so we appreciate the opportunity to speak with you all and talk a little bit about our process.
So Mindful Creative and Campos are both WBE, is that how I'm to understand it? Okay.
Yes, that's correct.
And there isn't any MBE participation on here?
Chad, are you able to answer that question?
Yeah, we do not have any MBEs lined up for this effort.
Can you explain why? I mean, did none of them bid, or they just weren't the qualified bidder?
We did reach out to MBEs, but for several of them, we did not get a response. We had sent these out well in advance, along with the the scope of work, and we utilized what we received back, and the majority of them were women-owned business. We are using Sammy Comms, who is registered in sam.gov as a small disadvantaged business. So we do have him on our roster of subcontractors.
Why are they not listed?
Sorry, when you say roster and you also use the term currently, are you planning on continuing to seek, or is this a done deal at this point?
I do believe it's a done deal, but Allie, do you know any more if we're looking to utilize different subcontractors in the future?
So as far as we know and how we intend to kind of execute this scope of work, we do plan to use the subs that we proposed on this project, Mindful Creative, Campos, and Sachin of Sammy Combs LLC. However, if you provide us feedback that requires us to find other subs or expand our roster, we are more than happy to do that.
Alexandra, since this is professional services, if you could explain to the commissioners what part of the contract, because I understand that professional services can be hard to carve out, but what part of the contract is being subbed out, regardless of to the women-owned businesses?
Right. Okay. So the scope of work for this project is to conduct social marketing and behavior change work related to recycling outreach. So to do that, as I mentioned before, ERG is not a local firm. So we really wanted to make sure that we were bringing in perspectives of folks that are familiar with the city of Pittsburgh and surrounding communities. So specifically, Mindful Creative will help with our local outreach and engagement and strategy, and just making sure that everything we do is resonant and makes sense from a local perspective. And then Campos, they do market research and surveys. So as part of one of the tasks under this scope of work was to conduct a survey to understand current attitudes and awareness about recycling behaviors within the city. And they would help us design the survey and administer it. So we really view both of those businesses as part of the team, and they kind of have distinct roles outlined that will be outlined in their subcontracts, but they'll also work collaboratively with us throughout the project.
Well, this is Mrs. Commissioner Barnett. I am aware of several minority marketing companies in the Pittsburgh area who have been in business for well over 20 or 30 years. So I'm not totally convinced that your list, I don't know if it comes from our department or not, that we kind of tapped into that minority marketing piece.
I believe Chad can speak a little bit more to where we got our initial list from.
Where did you get your initial list from? Did you say?
Yeah, I went on the PA supplier portal and looked up subcontractors based upon their codes, and looked up various keywords, that type of search effort.
I'm sorry. This is Commissioner Lewis. I did have a question. You made mention that there was another sub that you were using that has been classified as a DBE. Are they, where is that classification? Is it in Pennsylvania? And why were they not listed? in your presentation.
If you're referring to Sachin Anand of Samicoms, he's based out of Virginia and has a certification with sam.gov, but has not had experience working in Pennsylvania or with the city of Pittsburgh, and therefore was not in any other databases.
Okay, so you guys did reach out to the EORC office prior to being here in front of us, right? Chuck's nodding his head yes, so.
I talked to, I emailed those guys several times, so, the numbers are pretty good. Like I said, 42% on me.
Yeah. No,
But I understand.
I concur.
And also, I believe on the solicitation itself, there's a list. When you're ready to sign it. Right?
Okay. I'm satisfied with the explanation, but it's we put it to the vote.
I have a question.
Sure.
And this question is for the city of Pittsburgh staff. I cannot recall a whole bunch of times where I see that O&B is actually like presenting this on behalf of another department. I don't remember that happening a lot. So I'm wondering why O&B is actually doing the recruitment for these payments as opposed to just public works. Is that how it's?
O&B is the sourcing specialist on 99% of the.
So it always says the city of Pittsburgh's O&B on behalf of Department of Public Works? Okay. So then my question to you is, did you ever think about any of the local organizations? So this is a city with tons of environmental conservations. Why not reach out to some of the existing organizations here locally who already are working in this area? Was that ever considered?
Well, we don't necessarily, we prepare the solicitation, we put together like a flyer that, the mayor's office helps us amplify. But we don't necessarily do like outreach in our roles outside of, preparing and, doing that. So I'm sure maybe more than that, but
It's our department blasts it out.
They just create the actual solicitation.
Okay. It would be up to EORC to put it in the courier and.
We put it in everything. We blast it on social media, everything. We overlapping. Here's right. The solicitation.
For this funny, but
Everything.
Well, nothing just came back and put it out there.
Right. Yeah, keep in mind, they still pick the lowest responsive. So even if a bidder from Pittsburgh bid on, they weren't responsive.
But I didn't see that in the responses. Oh, we only see the responses of the people that they reached out to. Yeah, that's really good.
Okay.
And also it's like, what is the soliciting department, are they satisfied? What are they looking for? So, they are also, who's better, we break up their scores. And, we go off of that and then, we just,
you remember how many responses total you were seeing for the
I
prime?
think it was like 8.
And the bid openings or collect. So you can find.
Not for RFPs, just for IFPs, they are.
So was it bid open in the public?
Not for your.
Not
Which I think is great for the model. Because you'll see professional services going to.
With zero.
Yeah, but this is out of town. Like all this money is like the majority of it's coming out of town. That's what I think is.
I mean, the prime is in Massachusetts.
I agree.
Right. And I feel like we could have found somebody local to handle simple marketing. I could do it.
No, the marketing's in Pittsburgh. Michael Creative is here. They're WB here.
Right, campers. But if they're going to be interacting with schools and radio and public transit, I just feel like a greater percentage of this project should be local because of the scope of work. But we got to do it.
Yeah, I agree. I just did a quick look at soulpit.com and they have a directory there. And first of all, they are a marketing organization. They have a publication that comes out from time to time, and they have a directory. I looked under advertising and I looked under marketing, quick hotspots, and I saw at least 10 local minority-owned marketing. And one that really comes to my mind that I've used several times are the Bynums. They've been in Pittsburgh for 25 years, doing marketing and public relations and things like that. And I believe they could have handled this whole contract and actually subbed out as well.
Well, Commissioner Barnett, then if you know them, then reach out to them and find out if they actually, if they submitted a proposal for this. Chuck, would you know that?
I will.
Can you tell us who did submit the proposal?
I could, yeah. I'm not sure what happens, but I could.
Okay, your plan may be tabled, I think, until we have that information.
Okay, sure. Well, let us know if there's anything that we can do to help. And I will just say, we did ask the question during the open Q&A period about whether non-local firms were eligible to bid, and the answer was yes. So we felt comfortable moving forward with our bid and engaging our 2 local women-owned subcontractors as we've presented here. But if you ultimately still would like to work with our firm, but feel like we need to have a better EORC plan, we're happy to do more outreach and take any recommendations that you all might have.
Your percentages are good, but it doesn't sound like we don't have it in front of us like we do for the subs in our city that we reached out to. But I feel like 41% of this contract is going locally. And the big part that is the mindful creative, what they're going to do is what you're describing and like reaching out to radio and all of that and promoting it. They're Pittsburgh firm.
Yes, Mindful Creative is a women-owned business. They've been in Pittsburgh and operating for 25 plus years. They have a lot of experience with schools, with the regional transit agency, and we really value what they bring in those regards.
My concern is anything, with outreach, not to have an MBE is concerned.
That's right.
If it were a different kind of professional services contract, I might feel differently. Or we're talking about education outreach and not to have any MBE in the state is.
How do we know that any minorities, it just doesn't look good for minorities? Are we sure we're going to have inclusiveness in the outreach? How is that going to be addressed?
Well, that's Chuck's office's responsibility. And
after the contract is approved, it's not. That's up to Eastern Research Group and these 2 subs.
So I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. What did you say?
Alex, I did look at your proposal. It was awesome. I just want to say that what you submitted was really nice. And so this really has nothing to do with you, but kind of now it does, right? You're here. So the question that I'm posing to you is how can we be sure that the outreach is going to be inclusive of minorities since we don't have any minority businesses?
Okay, I understand the question. And I would invite Annie, who's on the line from Mindful Creative and does have some local experience to answer that question. And help,
thank you.
I
didn't know she was on there.
Yeah.
I didn't want to just jump in and start talking, but yeah, so Mindful Creative, we are a full service marketing, communications, and design agency. We are based in Pittsburgh. We have been in business for 25 plus years. We are working with a lot of clients in the city of Pittsburgh. So Carnegie Library of Pittsburgh, we're doing a lot of work for RAD right now, all organizations that you guys are all probably very familiar with. Our research, our strategy, our outreach is a lot of that for those particular clients in particular. Our Pittsburgh-based, city of Pittsburgh-based research that we have done to be able to complete the projects that we are doing right now. So I do feel very comfortable that we would be able to go out and make sure that we're inclusive to everything that we are doing in all of our efforts based on past experience, but also just the way we approach our efforts as well. And the research that we would do ahead of time, also our understanding of the Pittsburgh area.
Thank you.
Sure.
Annie, this is Commissioner Barnett. Have you worked with any of the minority-owned marketing agencies in Pittsburgh?
I wouldn't say we've partnered with any of the minority-owned agencies in Pittsburgh just because we're an agency ourselves. So we don't typically, we're not typically partnering with other marketing agencies. We're typically partnering with organizations like ERG to be able to answer RFPs like this and share the expertise in the services that we're providing.
Have you ever done any work together with Campos?
We have worked with Campos before, yes.
Pass for a motion.
Commissioner Hall makes a motion to approve.
Second.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Conley,
Aye.
Commissioner Dr. Hall,
Aye.
Commissioner Cushman, Commissioner
Aye.
Dr. Cushman, Commissioner Lewis,
Aye.
Commissioner Siegel,
Aye.
Commissioner Williams,
Nay.
Commissioner Miss Barnett,
No.
Commissioner Balthrop, Commissioner Usero, Commissioner Porter, Commissioner Gibbs.
No.
Thank you.
And passes, this commission's approved, so thank you, it passed, and we'll move on to the next one. Now, this one here, guys, is the bridge, Panther Hollow Bridge. Especially type projects, the bridge projects,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm impressed with on this one, it's I tried to end the day.
Aaron is not a client, if we would just say that.
Yes.
So Aaron is the MVP
Yes.
who has realized what the steel RC is set up to, is now prime on supply.
He was what the public gave it there and everything. He wants to come to our meetings anytime next year. The topics and the dynamic. So, yeah, so this is the specialty bridge project is coming up. And you guys go to Panther Hollow Bridge, it's been closed now. So, you know, trying to get this started, but I believe the prime is on the phone.
Good afternoon, Eric Bertrand and Cammy Wagner here from the site.
Hi, thanks for being on. Do you want to tell us how you got to your participation?
I will, yeah. So I do all the estimating here at Mercedes. So, you know, much like some of the other contractors that have spoken before, you know, we go through the project, go through the scope of work, go through the required materials list. And, you know, this project is obviously a bridge rehab, not a tremendous amount of different scopes of work on this project, with some minor concrete repairs. But the scopes that are on this project, primarily the painting of the steel and the steel work are highly specialized trades. We do have a database of you know, many contractors, subs, and suppliers that we reach out to on projects of this kind of nature. And when I say specialty, you know, painting work in the city of Pittsburgh and on this project in particular, you know, involves a lot of dealing with hazardous materials, lead-based paint. So subcontractors that do that work. We do not perform that in-house, so we reach out to subs. There's a lot of pre-qualification and licensure that's required. There are certainly DBEs that are in our database that have that, and we reached out to them on this project for all the scopes. We also did, I'm not personally familiar too much with the veteran and LGBT owned businesses, so we did actually reach out to the city and had a conference call to seek some guidance and some direction on who possibly would be willing and able to participate. And we reached out to some of those folks, and also, you know, cross-referenced the PAUCP using keywords and searching that database for you know, various painters, steel repair, line painters, things of that nature. We didn't get a whole lot of response from multiple solicitations. You know, we did reach out multiple times. We were able to connect with a couple of DBEs at the pre-bid meeting that the city held downtown. So we were able to discuss some scopes for those folks. We just, the main portions of the job that make up, more than almost 70% of the job were, specialty bridge painting and steel work. We didn't get a whole lot or any minority participation through quotes for that work. We have you can see this list of suppliers here. Essentially every material supply that is going to be required for the job, steel repair material, concrete repair material, traffic delineators up on the bridge, mortar, wire mesh in the sidewalk. All of that has been committed to the MBEs and WBEs you see here. And we also pride ourselves to not close the chapter on our effort to solicit after the fact. We have a little bit of, we reached out to a trucking company. That's something that we don't typically commit to at the time of the bid. That's kind of an ongoing process. We will continue to try to get a hold of DBE truckers to assist us if we're fortunate enough to be awarded the project. So we don't ever close the chapter or close the book on DBE participation during construction and seek those folks out that could help us.
Okay. Well, we appreciate that. Commissioners, does anybody have any questions?
Who is doing the painting? This is Bishop Sarah.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Yes, who is doing the painting on the project? That's the majority of it.
Yeah, the Geronimo Painting is the painting subcontractor.
Any other questions?
I have one. If it was said in some of the documentation that was submitted that they reached out to some people, Mr. Bertrand, and they responded that they didn't want to bid, but didn't say why. I'm just curious. There were several.
I think Sandra Pallone, we reached out to her. Actually, that was a contact that the city, that was on the city certified list. We were unsure whether we're not familiar with them, but we did solicit their company. We weren't sure based off the description of what they do in the certified vendors list that they would be interested in this kind of work. So we did reach out, told them what the scope of the work was, and basically just they weren't interested. I don't think it fit their capabilities or what they do. One of the DBE bridge painters, Symmetric Painting, we have a very good relationship with them. We've done a lot of work with them. They are from Maryland, and this job just was not large enough to justify them coming to Pittsburgh for this. They have done work in Pittsburgh before, but considering the small scope of the relatively the painting, I think they found it was going to be tough to compete with some of the local contractors. So that's really the only two feedback that I got from the people that had responded saying that they weren't interested.
Okay. That's satisfying. Good enough. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Can I get a motion? Commissioner Hall, with the motion complete. Anyone on second? Commissioner, that's for a second.
The roll call. Commissioner Conley,
Aye.
Commissioner Dr. Hall,
Aye.
Commissioner Dr. Cushman. Commissioner Dr. Cushman. Commissioner Lewis.
Aye.
Commissioner Siegel. Commissioner Williams. Commissioner Miss Barnett.
Aye.
Commissioner Balthrop. Commissioner Yustero. Commissioner Porter. Commissioner Gibbs. Commissioner Gibbs.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. We'll move on to Parker's update on the ICT contracts.
Very good.
Go ahead, Parker.
Okay. So a quick update. There are 5 DOMI plans and 3 DPW. The first one is DOMI Negley Avenue implementation. The prime here is tool design, which is a WBE. They also have 2 sub-consultants here, one of which the Lexus Group is a WBE. The project cost is $421,230. This is for completion of the Shady Side connector design. Out of this amount, $104,632 goes to the WBE. The second one here is Brighton Heights Boulevard, California Avenue, Turman Avenue intersection safety improvement, which is again a DOMI project. The prime here is Pannoni Associates. This is mostly for data collection and traffic study. They have one WBE Imperial Traffic and Data Collection sub-consultant on this. The project cost is $39,876, out of which $6,151 goes to the sub-consultant. The third one is a DPW change order. It's the East Liberty Station change order. The prime here is AE7. They have one sub-consultant, AES, which is a non-MWBE. This is mostly for revised structural plans. The project cost here is $17,500, out of which $6,800 goes to the sub-consultant. The next is Emerald View Park landslide. The prime is SAI Consulting Engineers, and the project cost here is $20,000 for drilling of core borings. The next is again a DOMI project. It's for project manager for Mount Washington landslide repairs. The prime here is CDR McGuire, and the project cost is $33,000. The next is a DOMI plan. It's for Three Rivers Heritage Trail Alternatives Analysis. They have one sub CAG Engineering, which is a WBE, and the project cost is $59,708, out of which $3,500 goes to the sub-consultant. The next 2 are from DPW. This one is 4th Division Reconstruction. Prime is Orals Group, and this is for HVAC commissioning and support service. The project cost is $68,700. The last one here is the Robert E. Williams Memo.
Is there any position on that, or is the prime
The 4th Division Reconstruction?
Yeah.
The prime is a non-MBE. That means it's not certified.
But there are MBE, but they're not certified.
Okay.
And is it not under URC legislation currently? Prime does not have to be certified, even if they are.
That's
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm
Okay.
sorry, Pastor.
No worries. So the last one here is Robert E. Williams Memorial Building. This is a change order. The prime is R3A Architecture LLC. They have 3 sub-consultants, and all of them are non-MWBEs. The total project cost here is $18,295, and these are the amounts allocated to each of the sub-consultants. That's it. Thank you.